to Rain 10 of GRS F3, where today I'm going to be racing at my personal favourite track, Jeddah, for 25 laps. So, top of the standings so far, pretty close with 3 rounds to go. Going to have an interesting title fight with 12 points separating the top 3 drivers here. So, let's see how things are going to unfold across these next 3 rounds. A lot could change between now and the end of the season. Also, Discord is a terrible mobile app. Oh, I don't like the mobile app, I'll be honest. Anyway, I'm just getting the chat open in case anything goes wrong for anyone, so I can re-invite and stuff. Yeah. Right. So, seemingly no rain, which obviously makes sense since, well, I mean, it's Jeddah. So it probably shouldn't be raining, but I mean, you never know, to be honest. You never really know. It's usually quite funky, this game. But I doubt we're going to see any rain across the 3 races that we got. So, yeah, it should be all good. Stream should also be good. Now, let me get up me details. There we go. First out the pit lane, that's 100% Mitch. Yep. It's never not Mitch. Right. You know what? For the 8 lap, we'll go off board, so we don't have to listen to the sounds of the engine so loud while Mitch heats the tyres up. Anyways, Jeddah, 27 corners, I believe the most corners of any track on the calendar. Although a lot of them are literally just slight adjustments on a straight, so I don't know, I mean, the last straight's like 3 corners or something, they just sort of make it up as they go. But that's fine. But we'll see what Mitch can do. I'm expecting maybe a few DNFs in this quali, to be honest, people pushing the limits later on. Now let's hope they don't push the limits too early and get a lap on the board. 16 drivers on the grid. F3's having a bit of a resurgence near the end of the season, which is nice to see. I believe we have 1 or 2 drivers joining mid-quali also, just fixing some issues. Anyways, on board with Mitch then for this first lap here at Jeddah. Battery on, DRS on, and heading down into turn 1 there. Pit your braking spot just around the 100 metre board. You want to cut the inside of the first corner but not the second corner, and then try and avoid that curb on the exit. On the run to turn 4, now braking just before 50 metres, drops it to 4th, rotate it in, keep a good amount of minimum speed up, and then flat through here, just need to keep that minimum speed high. Drops it down to 5th, just for a bit of extra rotation, runs wide though, and invalidates unfortunately. Is he going to continue? I think he's continuing as we go into turn 13. Drops it to 4th, high minimum speed to be fair at the apex, 165, might be running higher wings so to be able to do that. I'd normally take it about 160-ish. I think I probably wouldn't run lower wings, so I don't know. Mitch seems to have backed off anyway, but we'll go through the rest of the track. I believe this turns 21 and 22 here under the hotel. Quite difficult. Just need to avoid the curbs there really on the exit. As you can get all out of shape if you get the wrong side of them. Anyways, Mitch here will be going again, but we'll have a look as other people come to the line here with Max Chambers. New driver for this week, going to be first to set a representative lap time on the board, and it'll be a 28.5. And that is the time for people to need to beat. Then Torben on the mediums here. And see what the Alfa Romeo can do. And it's going to be a 29.3, about 8 tenths off, which makes sense for the mediums. And that is a Red Bull who has invalidated, unfortunately. Followed there by Bjorn on mediums, 147. I think I saw him. I think I saw yellow flags for Bjorn at one point, and same with Jack here, who's done a 137, or they could just be doing 2.8 laps, but they also had plenty of battery left in the tank, so probably backed off to go again. Mitch here, that is not the correct Mercedes. It'll be Lapage on mediums, who goes fastest with a 28.3 there. Good time from him, as I say, next to the line, beats that 27.7, although on the soft tyres you would expect him to be quite that bit faster. Next to the line, I believe, is going to be Jitten in the Ferrari. A similar middle sector here to Lassie, so what's it going to be? It's going to be P2 beats Lapage, so good start there. But Mitch, on his first lap of the day, goes to a 27.4. Well, not first lap, because he invalidated the first one, but on sort of the used softs, that is a good time indeed, as a McLaren has retired. I'm not sure what's gone on. I think Charlie might have binned it out the final corner. That's a Red Bull backing off here. As just letting the Alpine through. Which is Jack to set a lap time of a 29.2 with his first lap of the day. Next to the line, I believe, will be this Williams here. Let me check the name. I think one of the new drivers today. I'm just going to go for the pronunciation of, I think it's Yaroslav Shikuta. I'm going to go for. I think that'll be close enough. I'll try my best with the pronunciations. Actually, I don't think he's on the lap currently because it's not with the battery on. Maybe you're backed off in sector 1 already. It's 30.4 across the line. Anyways, let's jump on board with currently second in the championship fight, which is John Ahern here in the Ferrari. And let's see what John can do. I have you pinged somewhere. Okay, it's completely irrelevant. John all over that insight there. Not able to take it pretty perfectly, although it gets out of shape on the exit of sector 1. And that's going to cost him time. All the way down to 13. However, seems to have hooked 13 up fairly nicely there, as Nestek has managed to join, which is always good to see. And Charlie Gordon said his car's made of tin foil. Which we did see last week at turn 3 at Austria on lap 1. The slightest of contact, considering we're not even on strong damage settings, just decimated his car, which was a bit strange. John all over the curb seal on this first lap at the moment, which isn't ideal for him, although he's got plenty of time to get more laps in, so at least he's going to have a time on the board, which is always important to at least have something on there, which currently 9 drivers have. And John will make that 10. Lucas Hode's probably next in the Williams, as he's got an AlphaTauri moving it the way there. So that's not going to cause any problems. That was Bjorn, who's improved to a 33.2 on those mediums at the moment. Let's see what Lucas can do here. Pretty sure Lucas was one of the ones saying that he really liked Jeddah before this. I can't remember. I know someone was raving about the track. And a decent middle sector to suit. Let's see. He's going to get on for the rest of the lap here. As on the final corner. Looks like a decent exit there. And it's going to be a low 28.3 there. Puts in P3. And I think he'll be happy enough with that for now, ahead of both of his championship rivals here. And if he can literally just outscore them, it doesn't matter if he's finishing P7 and they're finishing 8th and 9th, then that's good enough for the rest of the season. And well, he's putting himself in a position to do that, which is good to see. Max here going into the pit lane, went out on mediums to see what lap time he could do. There's only 2 tenths down, to be fair, at one point there, so not too bad. Tall bit of gain out on the mediums. And we'll take this lap, I think. Yeah, not going into the pits. It's going to be an improvement to a 28.7. 6 tenths faster. It goes in P8 at the moment. I think just jumped Jack. As that is the Red Bull of Lucas here going back to the pit lane. So he'll bump another set of tyres later on. Let's have a look at Lassie. And let's see how Lassie can do here. Last week, Lassie had a very strong performance in Austria in both F3 and F2. Reserved up into F2 and had a great race. Let's see if he can bring fortune in his favour here in Jeddah. Real problems so far with the lap. Did improve by a better attempt in sector 1. Let's see what that's going to be as he gets to the middle sector split. Better 10th each sector wouldn't put him too far off Mitch. Probably needs a bit more. 10th and a half so far. Let's see if we can find any more time out of this final sector. He's going to be able to challenge for provisional pole position here. As Mitch has just headed out once again. Hadn't headed out for a while. Probably very happy with the banker lap, as that's an interesting route back to the pit lane. Lucas has just started the lap. Do we have anyone further around we can jump on board with? One of the Aston Martins on the back straight. This is going to be Harvey, who hasn't got a lap on the board yet. So we'll be looking to do so. Harvey has had a few times this season where he's only got his first lap on the board later in the session. Doesn't seem to have particularly affected him too much though. Normally jumps up around the midfield edge of the front pack, so that's what I'm expecting. And P8 for now, so good time to have on the board there for himself, as Lapis was 6 tenths up, but has backed off here in the Mercedes. I think he's going again with only 60% battery, so he's going to run out quite a bit before the end. Lucas here, just finishing up a lap, and he's going into the pit lane. So we'll have a look to Mohammed. And to the line, it's going to be a 27.8 P3, good time there from the Aston Martin. That's what you like to see. That is Max and Lucas starting a lap there, so we'll keep up with them later on. Same with Mitch. I know Jack had started one. And is a 10th up in sector 1. Is that going to stay through sector 2? Looks like he's backed off. As Nestek has retired in the pit lane. We have the Williams of Yaroslav here in the Williams. Oh, I said the Williams here of Yaroslav in the Williams. Great. Well, I was meant to say in the final sector. But yeah, up to the line. It's going to be an improvement to P8. And quite a lot of people actually improving to P8 at the moment. Seems to be everyone's favourite position to be in. Jitten here is over 3.5 temps up. Very strong improvement so far. Where's it going to take him? Up to P3. And that is an improvement I'm sure we'll be happy with. Lapage all over the place out the final corner. And he's decided to bail off into the pit lane. Mitch is improving here. Although I don't think he's improving anymore with that line. So we'll take a look to Max, who's had contact with a Red Bull on the lap there. I'm not sure what quite happened. The Red Bull does a lap of 30.1, so I'm not sure if one caught the other or something's happened. I know they're quite close when they started that lap, so that could have attributed to that. Let's have a look at Bjorn then. Now onto the soft tyres. And I think Bjorn's actually going to the pit lane. Anyways, that'll be Yaroslav, who's not on the lap. I don't think Jitten is either. Lasse is though, so let's have a look at the Red Bull. Lasse getting on here, all over that curb, and has invalidated, so that's going to be Lasse having to back off here, but we'll also be first to go again. So watch out for that, as a few drivers have started to head out for the final run here. Pretty much everyone's going to have time to get out of the pit lane. How long left was that? I think that was like 3 minutes. No, it was only 2 actually, so everyone needs to start heading out now before I said I'm going to get a lap in, and yeah, Sector 1's starting to get quite busy here. So that's something to look out for. I don't think anyone else will be heading out now. There is a Williams heading out very late on. And I don't think they will make it to the line. So let's go on board with Lasse then. He'll be the first one to set a final lap in this session. Can Lasse get pole position here in Jeddah is the question. It's a bit deep into turn 1. That's going to cost him a bit of time through there. We'll have to see how it looks when he gets to the end of the first sector though. Looks very good into the start of the S's. Manages to keep him flat. That curb's bumped him a bit though, and unfortunately didn't look too clean of a sector 1, however is 3 temps up, so you know what? I guess my eyes just aren't working properly. Ooh, that was nearly a spin there, nearly cost the whole lap into a wall, however. Still pointing in the right direction for now. And continues on through Sector 2 here. Is Lasse going to be able to improve? I reckon it's probably fairly close at the moment. It's half a second up actually. It's not even close, although it runs slightly deep into 21. And that's going to cost some time there. It's now towards the final corner. Can he hook it to the apex? Manages to hook it quite nicely. Good rotation there. That's going to save him plenty of time. And there you go. It's not quite enough. It's free phase himself there. And that's going to leave Mitch on pole unless someone else has something to say about it. Bjorn to the line improves to a 32.1. Won the Alpines. That's Jack. Up to P5 there. Good improvement from Jack. What about John? Jumps to P3. That's going to be a 27.6. As we still have about half the drivers left out there on a lap at the moment. As here we go then. Torben Can he get an improvement here in the Alfa Romeo? Is the question. Up to the line now. It's going to be a 28.4 for Torben. Mitch is 13 seconds down, so he will not be improving. Leifage is about a second up here. He's 9/10. If he's failing time in the final sector, can it be pole? It can't, but it's going to be third place for the Mercedes driver there as Mohammed goes into the pit lane, so it'll be Max to finish off the session. About a second up, goes to P3, very close at the front there. Three drivers within 17 thousandths of a second. Wow. That is a pretty close quality at the top there. Top 5 within 2/10. And then both Jitten and Mohammed only about 2/10 back from that. So, there we go then. Mitch takes pole by 3 thousandths of a second. The top 4 all within a 10th here. As it's going to be Mitch and Lasse on the front row, Max and Zeke on the second row with a full Ferrari lockout on the third row, with Mohammed and Jack starting from the fourth row, Lucas and Torben on the fifth, with Yaroslav and Harvey on the sixth row, followed by Lucas and Bjorn on the seventh, then a full McLaren eighth row, and it will be Churek starting from the back. Right, here we go then. Time for the race here. Okay, so I'll probably be starting the race shortly here. Sure, this is going to be quite an interesting one. Jeddah usually brings good races. Here we go then. 5 lights on here in Saudi Arabia, and we are away, and it looks like a good launch there from Lasse, who's going to look to challenge Mitch into turn 1. Is he going to be able to get ahead of the Mercedes driver? As Mitch has to go off the road there, and that is unfortunate for Mitch, kind of forced off in a way, and will drop all the way down to 4th place after starting in a good qualifying position. Has also been tagged by one of the Ferraris there, and that is not an ideal start, as Lucas Hodes has got a 5-second penalty, and that's going to be a virtual safety car already. There's already a 4-second gap, Mitch with damage as well, so he's just being drove into by everyone off the start there. That's really unfortunate for him. But people managing to just get through just about. No one out of the race. Torben, unfortunately, he's dropped all the way down to the back here without a front wing. And I believe that was Lucas Hodes up ahead without one as well, so Not ideal for both of them. Both McLarens are into the top 10 after that race start, though. So they've jumped up loads of places. So let's hope no one's going to get a drive through here. We will wait and see. I suspect we'll probably be restarting shortly. Although VSCs like to last a long time at Jeddah. There's one thing I've just randomly noticed from racing at this track a lot. It's probably ending now. And I think Leif's has been caught out. Mitch has got a drive through. And this is just a terrible race for the Merc driver already. And he's going to have a lot of work to do. And that is half the grid in the pit lane at the end of lap 1. Leifage here, running deep into the corner. That's going to give Lasse a bit of a cause to make a run for it. But carnage in the pit lane here. As, getting there. Hitting the death curb a bit, and probably also picks up a warning for that also. As the McLarens, let's look at those position changes. Up 11 and up 9, as Charlie's going to let Netstech through here. And they're going to continue to work to make progress together, as good teamwork at the start here from the McLarens. As here are your tyres at the moment. A lot of people boxing onto the softs or the mediums. Mitch onto hards as Charlie manages to keep it facing in the right direction just about. As this yellow flags, that is Bjorn into the wall. Although he's got no damage, so he should be alright if he can just quickly get this one flick round, which he has done. He's still going to have a bit of a gap to the drivers behind. He will most likely have to make another pit stop in this race. As Leif's very uncomfortable, it looks on the exit of that corner. That's going to allow Max to get a bit closer to the back of that Mercedes, who is currently just outside of the DRS range of Lasse. So he's going to need to ace sector 1 here quite a bit, although he's made another mistake there, and that's going to invite Max right onto the back of him. I'm sure Max will be ready with plenty of battery here, about 60% more than the Mercedes, and yeah, again, off the road, and Max is going to cruise that one round, and that is a lovely move from the Haas driver. And off he goes into the distance to try and chase after Lasse now. He's built up a 1.5 second lead. And that'll be interesting to see as Mitch into the pit lane. Oh, that's very drive through. I was slightly confused there, but that's okay. I understand now why he's gone in. As that gap has come down to 1.3 now, and they're getting a bit closer as Jitten has disconnected in P4. We'll be able to re-invite. Torben has retired. Is that that's a virtual safety car? Okay. It's a good time for Jitten to disconnect. That is a very good time to disconnect under a VSC. But yeah, re-inviting Jitten back to the race, and hopefully he's able to rejoin nice and quickly. I'll just get the chat open to make sure. I saw Jitten rejoin just a moment ago there, as 2 drivers into the pit lane under VSC. So they're using this as an opportunity to pit early. Could be trying to go to the end of the race on hard tyres. To be fair, it is doable from about this point onwards, as DRS is enabled and we are underway once again here. And yeah, some pretty big gaps up and down the grid, to be honest. Already, as the front 3 are a lot closer together now. Jitten was able to get in back in control of the car before the end of the VSC as well, which is good to see, as Leipzig has completely missed the whole corner there, and that's going to cost him about half a second. But Max with a full battery here, same with Lasse, starting to put pressure on the Red Bull driver. That is Jack out the race, and that's a full safety car. What has happened to the Alpine? We won't get to see because his car has despawned, but there is a half a car just left stricken. And Chilton has disconnected again. But that is okay because I can get a re-invite. Lapage did choose to box there. So he will be bolting on hards to try and go to the end, I think. Yep. Not a bad decision, to be fair. To just stand the invites at the moment. So that's going to be Harvey Conway into the pit lane. And this will probably be a 3-lap safety car because people have got to catch all the way back up here. We've got a bit of a train further back. I think drivers are struggling from the Delta as Bjorn, Mohammed and Mitch will all go into the pit lane. Starting to slow down, Mitch running a bit hot there. And Jordan's back in, that's good to see. Well, this is pretty common in Cheddar, to be fair. Can't we have safety cars? 2 VSCs and a safety car for the first 5 laps, though. Although some of them are just full bits of debris around the track, people just need to calm it down a bit at the moment. I think a bit too much carnage being seen as 15 drivers remain. Well, it's going to be who's on fresh tyres. So everyone below the top 3 has already made a stop in this race. So I mean, could theoretically go to the end, but I don't think anyone on softs is going to go all the way to the end here. Chirek boxing again. Probably for a set of tyres that can take him to the end now. I think mediums, if you're careful with them, could just about make it. I wouldn't recommend it though. I've done about 16 or 17 on them before and it's been pretty rough at the end. Oh, it's going to change the order up. Let's have a look at our position changes. This is going to be a pretty wild one. So that is the biggest position gained is for both Mystic and Lucas. They're both up 8 places, with Yaroslav and Charlie both up 5 individually. Mitch obviously having a lot of incidents at the start, kind of out of his control. It was a domino effect for him, unfortunately. And he's lost 12 places off the start here, and not ideal after sitting on pole. But to be honest, at Jeddah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in the top 5 within about 5 laps time. Anything really can happen here, to be honest. All our championship contenders are still in the race. Lapage in the best position, provisional P1 at the moment, can go to the end of the race as well, so he's going to be loving life if he can just Just keep it pointing in the right direction, as the safety car will be in at the end of the following lap, regardless of whether everyone's caught up to the back of it. Will give us probably a lap or two of racing, I guess, before another one. I hope it is, you know, just pure racing for the whole thing, but it's quite a difficult track to keep out of the wall if you lose focus slightly or just anything. You can just be out of the race in basically an instant. So we'll see what's going to happen here for the rest of this race. Autocorrect. Anyways. Mitch disconnected. Oh yeah, Mitch has disconnected. As our lobby host, that's not ideal. But the lobby connection seems to be fine. Right, safety car in at the end of this lap then. Let me re-invite Mitch. My prediction is that I'm now the lobby host. Would be my guess. I normally join the lobbies first. Maybe someone was in before me today. I think it might have been. Oh no, actually, I have no clue. But everything seems okay at the moment. As Lasse is going to go out of the final corner. Here we go. Max here using a lot of the battery, wanting to put pressure on the Red Bull. Is he going to be able to get a move here into turn 1? He's going to look to the outside. However, Lasse breaks deep into the corner. He's going to switch it back to the outside line. However, doesn't really quite have to run there to go for the move. Let's see what's going to happen. Up and down the grid off this restart. I'm sure there's going to be a bit of carnage. There's the front two starting to build a bit of a gap on Jitten here. As Mitch is back in the lobby, he's going to be at the back here by the time he's rejoined, probably. I think I'm quickly getting control. He'll be P14. As that's Jitten there, having to run slightly off the track with a mistake. Lapage is interested to try and make a move potentially here. As further back, that looks like Charlie's hit a wall or something. His car was ghosted, so I think a mistake. Jitten off-road again. That seems to be struggling a lot on this restart. Lapage actually running into the back of the Ferrari there. That could be damage as we got a helicopter cam. Here we go. Just watching Nestek there. Red Bull looking to the inside of the Ferrari driver. That's going to be a nice move there, if he can hold it, although Jitten's fighting back on the exit of the corner with battery. As, that's both of them at the race, and a massive pile up, and... well... that was, that must have been terrifying for everyone behind, is all I can say. Two cars flying across the track and then bouncing back after hitting the wall straight back across the track is a sight to behold. Yeah, that was quite interesting. Churek went into the pit lane there, so he's going to be enjoying that. And we're migrating coast. It was Jitten. Lapage has disconnected as well. Let's get him back in. Well. Well. But the lobby host was either Lapage or Jitten. That's something to keep note of. Max has got a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane there. Went in a bit too hot. Well, Lapage's AI has stayed out, so I'd be happy with that. Ten laps in, this has been carnage. Shurek's also disconnected. Let's get a re-invite. On the go. I'll be down here because he's got a lowercase letter name because the game is stupid and does that. Or Shrek doesn't have me added. Oh, I can't do much then. As there's been a collision on the safety car. I don't know how that's happened, but yeah. I also don't have any Steam friend requests. Do I have any EA friend requests? No, so I can't re-invite people. That's good. Lassay's also disconnected. Oh, something's going on. Something is definitely going on. We've not got a restart or anything, but it's strange that literally everyone is disconnecting and they're not rejoining. I do have them added though, so I'll re-invite all of them. Other ones who are online. Shurek's into the pit lane, they've just still not rejoined. Let's figure out who else is missing. So Lassay's AI has boxed him. Although I think that's hards to the end. Not what he would have wanted though. I'm gonna have a look here because something is happening and I don't know what. I'm gonna call a red flag. Right, now I need to go and have a look where we need to take the grid from. Right. Right, we have a new lobby. I'm gonna go grab a screenshot of the grid. If my PC will allow it. It's fine, I'll just... I can't even connect to the servers. Okay, I'm in. Right. Just take a full Bundesliga match on the side here. Quality that. Right, let's get this grid. We're gonna have... Okay, let me just send out the grid to Mitch. Right. Got the running order set up, so that should be alright. Alright. So, you're lucky we need to invite. Because... Alright. We should have 12 drivers off the restart.
Hello.
Hello. This is fun. The
Yeah,
service decided to die and just kick out half the lobby.
yeah. I just got done with an iRacing race. I decided I wanted to do something, so
Fair enough.
right, I'll load up the F1 game.
Harry, this is Matthew with me, commentating now. Alright. I've 3 more drivers to join. Let me see if I can figure out who it is.
F1 was fun.
Austria, yeah. A lot happened in that race.
Yeah, I was gonna do the best undercut anyone's ever seen, and then someone decided to crash.
Yep.
It was Alfie Harvey, wasn't it?
Yeah. He crashed the lap after I pit,
Yeah,
which wasn't ideal because all the hard runners managed to get essentially just a free stop
that
out of
was
it.
it was insane. It was an insane battle before it, though.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. Alright, still missing 3 drivers. I'll drop you an invite as well.
Mm.
See if any of them have added me, but they should have added Mitch to be able to join. So
Right, which one's my fucking spectate button? That is not that. There it is.
oh, and I've been kicked off the servers.
Yep, I saw that. I saw that. I'll give you an invite.
All right, try reconnect. Yeah, these servers are great right now. Just seem to consistently
I can
be
tell.
dropping off.
Up your volume slightly.
Right, I'm back.
Sound.
Still got 2 people missing. Since we only had 12, well, we had 13 left, and one of them isn't going to be racing anymore. So
Mm.
Right. That's what I read. Thoughts about cancelling the race doesn't seem improving and seeing how you're also getting kicked out. It's probably because I'm tabbing off every 2 seconds. It's
Yeah.
probably why I got kicked out. It probably doesn't help.
Oh,
Not Harvey's
oh,
on
Harvey's here.
spectator. We still got 2 people not joining. Apparently, according to Harry, this is my fault, so that's always good.
Yep.
Because, I'm definitely in charge of the EA servers. That's how I work.
Mm.
That's right, we're not going to have to restart because the drivers just aren't even joining.
It's either they can't be asked because it's Jeddah, or it's the
Oh,
servers
there we
are
go. We got one.
shite.
We just need Bjorn. And then I'll be able to go. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now the grid can be set and then we can get on with this. 18 laps, basically when the second safety car is called anyway. So just a 35% race works fine. I'll check the lobby settings as well.
I don't know what's going to be worse, having to deal with the EA servers or having to deal with GT3s on iRacing. Because there was a Watkins Glen and I was in a hypercar.
Hmm. Right.
And I'd always
That's...
encounter them in the bus stop.
Just need to tell Mitch to change the weather. Since it was a clear race, so we don't want the off chance of us not changing it and then it decides to actually rain at Jeddah. That'd be terrible.
I've had that happen, it's fucking awful.
It's just not suited to rain, ironically, considering it's in a desert.
It's in a desert.
And oh, someone's disconnected. Good start.
Fun.
Oh, it's Bjorn. Oh dear. As long as we can ready up without people disconnecting, then that's fine. So, okay, yeah, no, this is just...
Ah,
Yeah, I know. I think we just cancel it, to be honest. Yeah, no, we're just going to cancel this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, So I'm just gonna cancel this one. This is ridiculous. We're just having people disconnect left, right, and centre. Like, we can't do
Yeah,
much when
makes
the
sense.
server's kicking everyone out the lobby. So we're just gonna have to cancel the race, unfortunately. And
Not ideal, but you come to expect it.
well, thank you all for watching. I guess it's kind of been a waste if you have watched. I mean, you got to see something happen, but yeah, these servers are stupid, and we just can't do anything about that. Unfortunately, it's not worth everyone's time just to go into a lobby just for like 3 people to disconnect within the first 5 laps. So yeah, we're gonna leave it there, and yeah, thank you for anyone who stuck around, and goodbye.